Hello guys, welcome to my Jurassic Park room. Again, this week we're actually going to be celebrating the 21st anniversary of the Lost World Jurassic Park film and the toy line. And this toy line is near and dear to my heart. It's one of my personal favorites. I grew up with the Lost World Jurassic Park toy line. I didn't grow up as much with the Jurassic Park toy line. I was a little too young to have all of that, but the Jurassic Park, the Lost World Jurassic Park toy line is the toy line that made me the Jurassic junkie that I am today. And I figured it would be really great to just kind of go through my Lost World collection. I know I did a video on my entire collection, but a closer look at all of my little Lost World pieces that I have. I don't have everything in regards to the merchandise. You know, there's a ton of Lost World merchandise, but the stuff I have that I've collected over the years, you know, is near and dear to my heart. And I figured it'd be awesome to just kind of do a quick little video and run through each little thing that I have, and give you guys a little closer look at it and celebrate with me the 21st anniversary of the Lost World Jurassic Park. So let's get started. All right, so we'll start off first here with the centerpiece of my Lost World collection, and that is the Mobile Command Center trailer playset. This is something that I never had as a kid because it was so expensive. My parents never would have bought it for me, and it took 20 years for me to finally attain this thing and add it to my collection. As most of you probably saw the video last year when I was able to get it on eBay, but this thing is just awesome. It's such a cool looking piece. There's not much inside for kind of details in this thing right here, but you can store a lot of figures in it and dinosaurs and stuff like that. You can also store all of the fencing inside. It's got this awesome crane here. It's got the little grappling hook on it for picking up dinosaurs, and of course it extends. You know, I'm missing some of the missiles, so I haven't been able to track those down yet, but you know, the classic 90s over-the-top missile launcher. I mean, no toy line, 90s toy line would be complete without a massive playset to go along with it. But over here in the back part of the trailer, you've got all the computer stuff in here, the little medical bed to put the baby T-Rex on. This thing folds up, and, you know, for storage and stuff like that. I am missing the black accordion part to it, but really, I mean, I display it without it anyways. It's got working lights and sounds over here. So if we come down here, you can open the cockpit, or the cabin, I guess. And it's got room for 2 humans to sit. So we'll put Eddie in there. Steering wheel turns. Such a great cockpit, and you can rip it out, you know, kind of dino damage and everything. And when you have it all assembled and you rip it out, it triggers the alarm inside and makes glass smashing sounds. Just such a cool piece. Definitely the centerpiece of any kind of, you know, Lost World collection is the iconic Mobile Command Center. Very cool piece. All right, so we'll go over the dino trackers here. These are the good guys of the line, and you have Sarah Harding. And I don't have any of her gear or her hatchling. I haven't been able to find that, but I really liked this character. Having more female characters in the line was great. She's a little worse for wear, missing her ponytail, and her leg is a little warped. This was an eBay find, but I really like that character. Here is Kelly Malcolm. She comes as an exclusive figure with the Mobile Command Center, and I scored her separately from the Command Center, but she's a really cool character. Here we have 3 different Nick Van Owens. This is the like really rare blue shirt Nick Van Owen. He's really hard to find. I don't have any of his gear or his hatchling, but my friend Bring Back Kenner Toys hooked me up with this one, and I really appreciate that. It's such a cool figure. I love the outfit on him. It's just kind of jungle explorer kind of outfit. It's a very cool figure. These are the 2 basic Nick Van Owens here that you can get, and this was the first one that I remember getting. It was Nick Van Owen with his hat on, and he's actually got a different color brown than the one without the hat, so kind of like a color variant. But he has a little water squirt gimmick, you know, kind of like Dennis Nedry's backpack. It's pretty much the same thing, like Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park, but he got a little camera, and very cool figure. And then they released another one minus the hat, which looks a little bit more like Vince Vaughn. But very cool figures. My brother really liked this character a lot. He would always play with him. And of course he comes with a little Pteranodon hatchling. Then we have Eddie Carr, the master mechanic here, and he's sporting his jungle safari outfit. And, you know, doesn't really look too much like the actor, but he was a really cool character. One of the first ones I remember getting from the line. And then I remember I think either my dog ate it or my dad hit him with a lawnmower and it ripped him in half. And my brother and I would use the ripped apart torso as the dino damaged Eddie Carr, and we ended up eventually getting another one to replace it. But we would put we'd got her red nail polish and we painted it all with red nail polish to make it look like he was all bloody and ripped apart by the T-Rexes. We were morbid kids. He comes with the basically just a repaint version of Harpoon Harrison's little launcher thing, and it's pretty cool. Little gimmick since he uses kind of a tow cable in the movie, and then he comes with a little Triceratops. And then last here we have Dr. Ian Malcolm, the very first one I remember actually getting him at the store. I went and got him after my dad took me to go see The Lost World. We went to Walmart and picked this guy up, and he's always been one of my favorites. He's got the launching smart missile backpack that doesn't allow him to stand up when he's wearing it, but very cool likeness of Jeff Goldblum. It's a great figure. And of course he comes with the baby Tyrannosaurus, and it looks perfect. I mean, this is a perfect looking little hatchling. It's even got a little leg wrap on it, which is a really cool attention to detail. But those were the Dino Tracker humans, and these are the 4 single carded evil hunters that you could get, and this is the first one being Dieter Stark, and he comes sporting his guns. You know, he's got a little rifle with a sling. He's devoted to InGen because he got an InGen tattoo on his forearm, and he comes with a little compy that has the little magnetic magnet in its mouth that can sometimes stick on his chest, but it doesn't work really well. And he's got a spring-loaded waist which lets him throw the compy off if it ever actually would stick on his chest. There we go. Now you get the point. Very cool figure. I really like this one a lot. It doesn't really look like the actor, but he was such a cool, like, you know, mercenary kind of dude, rolling around in the jungle. And many times he got eaten by compies when we were playing in the backyard. Very cool figure. So up next here we have Ajay, Roland's little partner, and he's sporting this giant rocket launching backpack. Of course, I can't really get it out. There we go. He's got this massive backpack and this big blaster, and he's roided out, hulked out with his muscles, but he looks just like the actor. It's crazy how they got that detail in that face. It's pretty cool. And he actually shares the same body sculpt with the Congo Monroe, so Kenner reused the body here and just gave Ajay a little bit smaller arms. He's not as beefy arms as this guy, and this guy actually has Dr. Grant's hat, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they have the same exact body sculpt, just different head and arms. It's a pretty cool figure though. I really like Ajay a lot. I'm glad they took the time to actually make that character. Up next we'll do Ludlow. I don't have any of his accessories or his hatchling, but he comes with a baby velociraptor, I think a shotgun, a stun rod, and a machete, I believe. And he has, you know, swinging action, but he's a pretty cool figure. I like all the figures from this line. He doesn't really look much like Peter Ludlow did in the movie, but he's still a cool character, and I'm glad that Kenner actually made this character. It'd been really cool to see one of him like in a suit, you know, like at the end of the movie. But he's got some dino damage on his leg, bandolier with shotgun shells, InGen logo. It's a pretty cool cool looking figure. I like him. And then up last we have the single carded Roland Tembo here, and this one he comes with the stun prod gun, little baby Pachycephalosaurus, which is really cool. How it looks like a smaller version of the single carded Pachy. And this is the face variant here, which actually looks more like the actor Pete Postlethwaite, I think his name is. But he's got the same attire on this one, but the very accurate face sculpt. It's pretty cool. The other variant that they came out with first was this one, and this one here, he's actually got the face of T-Rex Turner from the first Jurassic Park line, the Dino Trackers. So they just repainted his face and put it on a different body. And then later on, they released this one here, which has a different face sculpt. Looks more like the actor, but it's all pretty much the same. Weapons and stuff like that. So very cool. Up next, we have the 4 deluxe figures, and each one of these comes with a human and a vehicle or some sort of playset thing. First here we have Carter and his dirt bike. And the dirt bike has a snare on it where you can snare dinosaurs, snag dinosaurs. It's got great detail here with some dirt on the tires. And of course Carter, can sit on it and ride it. And it has dino damage, exploding gimmick. I can't remember if this is the one that, yeah. So it blows apart. I have another one, but I think it's broken. So yeah, this is the one that works. But the bike can, you can put Carter on the bike. And then you can blow the bike apart. Pretty cool little gimmick. I like that. Then here we have Roland, another variant of Roland, in a kind of a safari outfit here. And he's got the Dart 4-wheeler, or 3-wheeler, I'm sorry. And he's got a little bit cool like leg articulation, which is really awesome. And it fires a missile, and you can put a Pachycephalosaurus on the back when you expand this thing out, and you can chain it up and kind of haul it away. So it's a pretty cool piece. I like this one a lot. Then we have Nick Van Owen in the high hide. Of course, comes with a missile launcher and an exclusive Nick Van Owen and a different color outfit here. And he's got a backpack that has a little retractable grappling hook thing on the back of it, and you can take this and attach it to a table or a tree branch and recreate the high hide scene from the movie, which is a nice little touch. And last we have Ian Malcolm with his glider pack, and you get an exclusive Ian Malcolm and a cool black jumpsuit, and the wings can pop out like this, and he has a firing missile on the top, like do all Jurassic Park toys seem to have. And it's a pretty cool little piece, kind of over the top, nothing that he really would use, but it's a cool little gimmick. I like this one a lot. So here are one of the vehicles, one of I think 3 vehicles that they sell or sold in the line, and this is the only one that I have currently at the moment. I don't have the Humvee or the Net Trapper. I haven't been able to lock those down yet, but this is the kind of the Mercedes-Benz vehicle that Eddie Carr uses in the movie, and it's got this cool little flip-out satellite dish. It's got an extending missile launcher with 3 missiles, and it's got a dino damage hood. You just press this button and it pops up, and a really cool feature about this car that I really like are the real working headlights. I think that's just a really nice touch. I remember having this one as a kid and would play with it outside at night and going through the backyard with the headlights on, or the rack lights up here on. It was just a really cool touch. I love this vehicle a lot. You can fit 2, 3, it looks like 3, maybe 4 figures in it, but it's a nice little vehicle. One of my favorites, actually. I have 2 of them. Another one is over there, and both of them are complete. So definitely dig this one a lot. Very cool vehicle to have in the collection. So up next here we have 4 of the smaller single-carded dinosaurs: the baby trike, the baby T-Rex, the Pachycephalosaurus, and the Velociraptor. This is the Velociraptor, the green-eyed variant, and there is also a yellow-eyed variant of it, which I have carded here. Very cool Velociraptors. I know they are repaints of the original Velociraptor from the Kenner line, but they are still cool, done with the tiger stripe pattern. Very awesome Velociraptors. I remember getting that at Walmart and just absolutely loving it. This is the yellow variant of the Pachycephalosaurus, and there is one here which is the white variant of it, which I also have here on card. In the back it shows you some of the first humans in the first wave here, the smaller carded dinosaurs, Carter on dirt bike, and then of course the steel beak, slice, and plate face, the electronic dinosaurs. So very cool line of small carded dinos. And these are some of the larger electronic dinosaurs and non-electronic dinosaurs. Also wanted to mention the Cyclops raptor, which is a smaller dinosaur, but a very cool one. I can't remember if this one came out in the first wave or the second wave. I want to say it was a Series 2 dinosaur, but it's one of my favorites. I love the pose of it, and just the overall aesthetics of it. It just kind of reminds me of like a zombie velociraptor. It's really cool. We have the electronic Spinosaurus here, which looks kind of derpy. Not one of my favorites actually, but you know, I like to have all of the stuff from the Lost World, and I couldn't pass this one up here. The Parasaurolophus here, which is such an accurate looking dinosaur. I mean, it looks just like the maquette. It's insane how the detail that Kenner put into this thing. It's a perfect dinosaur. Absolutely love it. Of course, it's got the running gimmick, and it has sounds as well, but batteries are not in it. But a very cool, beautiful looking dinosaur. Just that head sculpt is awesome. It's on point. Love this one. Up here we have the pterosaur here, the pteranodon, and it's just got big, goofy fabric wings. Not one of my favorites. Not a big fan of this one. It's got capture gear, and of course the beak can open and or whatever. I'm not a big fan of this one. I don't really know how to display the pteranodons. They just kind of sit on a shelf, but it's still a cool, like, iconic piece in that face. Yeah, it's actually the body, I believe, is from the Jurassic Park Quetzal thing or whatever. I can't remember the name of it, but it's just a resculpt of that one. Here we have one of my favorite velociraptors, the Snapjaw. And it just basically pull the leg back and its head would snap and bite, and it has sounds. Very cool looking dinosaur, big beefy looking kind of queen raptor. I'd always use her as kind of like the queen raptor, the big one, you know. But really awesome sculpt on it, very accurate looking. I love this one. Then we have the Chasmosaurus here, smaller herbivore. Of course, its head would go back and it would make sounds too. Very cool piece. We have the big Stegosaurus here with the dino damage piece, and it had capture gear with it, and you could thrash the capture gear off. It used to have a chain, but I don't have that part anymore. But very accurate representation of the Stegosaurus. I really like this one a lot. And then last we have the massive Pachycephalosaurus with the ram head action, and it also used to have capture gear that could pop off when you did the ramming action. But it's just a massive toy. Completely out of scale, but still cool nonetheless to have in the collection. Of course, no Lost World collection would be complete without the Bull T-Rex and the Thrasher T-Rex from the Lost World. Very cool dinosaurs. I remember I found a Bull T-Rex and at a thrift shop for a couple of bucks back in, I think, 2000 maybe. And that was the first time that I had ever actually owned the Bull T-Rex, and I had never owned the Thrasher T-Rex until a few years ago when I got one on eBay. But of course, the Thrasher T-Rex is one of the greatest T-Rexes. It's just such an accurate looking sculpt on it, and that nice real feel rubber skin is just so cool. And of course, here it is with the capture gear on. And the capture gear is just such an awesome, like, intricate little trapping system. I really love the way it works, and I have a clear rubber band holding it together right now for display purposes, but you would thrash it back and forth and it would rip the thrashing the capture gear off and break free from its restraints. But the very cool Tyrannosaurus pair here for the Lost World line. Absolutely love these guys. So up next here I have a few of the puppets offered in the Lost World toy line, one of them being this massive looking Bull T-Rex puppet. It's the hand puppet version, and there's a full body version that they sold back then. I haven't been able to find that one yet, but this one is really cool. Came with sounds and glowing teeth and glowing eyes, so you can play with this thing in the dark and see it glow. It's really awesome. Very cool T-Rex puppet, very detailed. And of course the other one here is the giant Velociraptor. Same thing, glowing eyes, glowing teeth. And it had a sound pack in there, which it actually doesn't have the sound pack at all when I bought it. So I have to track one down that has the sound pack in it. But you could also buy miniature versions of these puppets, and these are just little finger puppets. So you had a T-Rex, the Parasaurolophus, the baby T-Rex, and a little Velociraptor. And then back here I have a carded set, which is the Pachycephalosaurus and the Carnotaurus from the Lost World finger puppet line. And on the back it shows you a few other ones here. That's one I still need to find, either loose or carded, but they're really cool. I just kind of love the packaging design. It's such a 90s kind of packaging. It's very cool. Hazard tape everywhere. Play at your own risk. That kid. Look at his face. But yeah, finger puppets are very cool. Love these things a lot. So here I have some of the Lost World Matchbox cars. And this is the one of the smaller sets that I have here, which comes with a little like tow truck looking thing. And I believe it comes with Dieter Stark. There he is down there. And it comes with a Velociraptor, all die cast. Very cool. Packaging is really awesome. I love this. Got the old school KB Toys logo on it, or the markdown sticker, $3.99. And on the back it shows you a few other toy lines in the set here, or sets in the toy line of this one here. I think I remember having that one, and that one when I was younger, but I don't think I had the rest of them. But very cool packaging on the back. Just a little cool piece of Matchbox Jurassic World, or I'm sorry, Lost World nostalgia. I really like that a lot. And this is the bigger set here. This is the Rage Rig with the Raging Stegosaurus. And I had this one loose when I was a kid. It comes with a baby Stegosaurus, a Pachycephalosaurus, and it comes with Ian Malcolm, and Ian Malcolm's holding the baby T-Rex. Very cool. Rage Rig is highly detailed. I mean, these Matchbox cars are just awesome. Like the amount of detail they put in them, and the action feature on it is just really cool. I don't think the Jurassic World or the Jurassic World Matchbox cars just can't hold a candle to this stuff. I mean, it's just solid, hefty die-cast, really cool playability. It was $10 at Walmart back in '97, so that's pretty neat. And you look at this, is like $10 here, and I think the ones that Mattel, the smaller carded ones that have one dinosaur, I think are like $8. So got a lot for this for $10. It's very cool. And then here I have a loose one. This is one that I originally had when I was a kid. As you can see, I broke the tail off, but this was the T-Rex one, and then the little guy was supposed to pop out when you would drive it. I think it's Roland Tembo, I can't remember, but the T-Rex would like bend down and eat him. And he used to have like a little top on it and everything, but it's a very hefty truck, very cool truck. I like this one a lot. All right, so here I have my plush Stegosaurus that I found at a flea market. These are really cool. I didn't have a whole lot of these growing up, I don't think, from the line, but it's really awesome. And of course, the Stegosaurus is kind of an iconic animal from the Lost World movie, and I really dig this thing. Very cool display piece. Here I have the Lost World book by Michael Crichton, the hardback copy, and it's got a layout of some of the dinosaurs on the island. Really cool. Of course, no Lost World collection would be complete without Lost World on VHS. This is I remember actually getting this back in the day and watching it on VHS. Man, it's crazy to think, but it has this really awesome hologram that pops out. Something has survived. And on the back here we got raptors, Jeff Goldblum, and then the T-Rex attack scene. Very cool piece. I've actually got a bunch of these. You can find them at Goodwill for like 50 cents. Here is the Making of the Lost World book. And this is just an awesome book. It's got a ton of reference photos in it for doing repaints and stuff like that. And then in the back here, it's got, does it have it in this book? I can't remember. No, it's the Jurassic Park one. It has the storyboard. But there's just lots of cool like little scenes and storyboard scenes and stuff like that throughout the book. But definitely recommend picking this up if you can find a copy of it. It's really awesome. And then here I have the role play set, which has the Lost World binoculars, the little dart gun. Some kid drew on it. And then it has two little packs that you can put things in, like rocks or whatever, if you're out in the backyard playing, and it has a set of tweezers. Pretty cool little role play set. I dig it a lot. So these are just a few of the little things that I have left, and we'll close out the video with this last little bit here. We'll start with the Burger King watches. These were exclusive Burger King offers that you could go to Burger King and buy. And there were 4 sets, or I'm sorry, 4 different watches in these sets. The Dino Eye, 3D Stego, Techno Time, and Something Has Survived. We'll look at Dino Eye first. And this is a nice scaly pattern on it, like raptor skin. And it has a hologram in here. It's like a raptor eye. It's very cool. The next one is 3D Stego. And this is just a 3D kind of Stegosaurus relief on the watch. And then it's got some little compies up here. Stegosaurus drawing. Pretty cool watch. This is Techno Time. This is by far my favorite one. It just kind of reminds me of like Dennis Nedry's watch, just sort of like, you know, kind of a secret spy watch. But it's come with this metal plate face here on it, and then it's got this nice matte finish with the Jurassic or the Lost World logo, and it has a button that you press and it opens up, and there's a T-Rex skull in there, and this actually glows in the dark when you hold it up to some light for a little while. Very cool watch, one of my favorites. I just love this thing so much. And the last watch here is Something Has Survived, and this one here just has kind of some dinosaur drawings on the band here, Lost World logo, and some more up here, and it's a clear amber color, and then in it there's like this weird pink fluid, and there are some fossils in there. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they float around in this weird fluid. I think the fluid is kind of expiring. It's just kind of real watery, but I think they used to float around in there, and it was a really neat kind of effect. But it's kind of old, so you know, it's starting to rot probably, and toxic, I don't know, who knows. But really cool watch. Here we have the tiny Micro Machine playset that comes with Roland Tembo, and I believe this is Micro Machines. I can't remember. It might be Matchbox, but I'm pretty sure it might be Micro Machines. I don't remember though. But it comes with a little tiny Roland Tembo, and he can go right there. And then the T-Rex head can bend down, and I think it bites or opens its jaw up or something like that. It's supposed to be able to eat him, but you know, it doesn't work very well. But these, not all of these came with this. It did come with this little baby T-Rex here. These are from different sets, I do believe. The T-Rex and the little Triceratops, I think, came with this set. And of course here's the Stegosaurus. Really cool looking little tiny dinosaurs, and the detail inside the camp here is a little campfire and a little tent, a little bridge, all the stonework. There's a little trap door, there's a little sticker, some foliage in the back, and then a little hideaway in here, which is missing the door. But I got this secondhand on eBay, and it didn't have everything with it, but it folds up, and you can see this really cool Lost World display piece in the front. Here I have one of the T-Rex Koosh balls, and there was also a Velociraptor, a Stegosaurus, and I want to say a Triceratops of the Koosh. This was a big thing back in the 90s, Koosh balls. And of course, you know, they slapped a Jurassic Park dinosaur on pretty much anything they possibly could, and this is one of the things they slapped it on here, and it's just so cool. It's just a little rad piece, just a 90s kind of throwback thing to the era of the Koosh ball. But it's pretty cool. Kind of silly, but I like it. And here I have a candy topper, and I believe this actually had a tube, and I believe there was candy inside of it, and it's just a little Stegosaurus. Once you're done with the candy, you can put it back together. I mean, it looks like a cheap little Stegosaurus. Nothing fancy, but it does have Lost World, or it has Amblin written on it, so it's obviously a piece of Jurassic Park memorabilia. Yeah, it says JP right there, so that's pretty cool. JP 1997. Here's a little thing that comes in a thing of treats, or some kind of candy from the UK, and Nathan Vader sent me this, and I really love it because it's just such a 90s piece. When you pop it up here, the baby T-Rex comes up out of the jungle. Here I have a stamp that you can put ink on it and stamp the Jurassic Park logo. Just a little bull T-Rex, squishy bull T-Rex on top. Kind of goofy looking, but it's a cool piece of Lost World memorabilia. Then we have the 3 hatchlings here, the T-Rex and the Triceratops, and of course the Velociraptor. I don't have the eggs for them, but I love these things. They're so cool. Here I have a 3D gift box with the pop-up dinosaur scene, and this is the Stegosaurus and the Compy. I can't remember what this is actually from, but I picked it up on eBay along with the Making of the Lost World book. The seller sent it along with it, and I just love it. It's just cool artwork on it. Very cool display piece. And then last, I have 2 of the Lost World comic books. And these are really awesome. They just are, you know, comic illustrated rendition of the movie. That face. And Malcolm's got a mustache. Look at that mustache. But yeah, it's a pretty cool little comic book. You know, it's got some great artwork in it for sure. I really dig the artwork on it. Kevin Sorbo. Yeah, total 90s. That one's great, and so is this one here. This one's got the he shaved his mustache there in the raptor scene. Definitely recommend finding these and picking them up if you find them. They're really cool. Just a cool kind of nostalgic piece. There's the San Diego scene. Yeah, it's really awesome. Well, alright guys, so there we have it. That was a look at my Lost World Jurassic Park collection. Such an awesome collection of figures and vehicles and dinosaurs and just little, you know, knickknacks and odds and ends. I loved the marketing for the Lost World Jurassic Park. It was so awesome. They were well done, and they just it came out and produced so many amazing pieces in this line and just in general in the marketing of the movie itself. And it's one of those things that I will cherish probably the rest of my life. With this being my favorite piece, or you know, pieces in my entire collection is the Lost World stuff. It's just, it hits the nostalgia feels, you know. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. Remember to follow me on Instagram at Ted Brothers and on Facebook at the Jurassic Park Compound. That is my Site B profile for all you Facebook users out there. And remember to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Every little subscription helps grow the channel. And I really appreciate everybody and all your support. So you guys take care, and I will see you in the next video.